Bart Starr personifying excellence at the highest level, at the toughest position, maybe in all of professional sports. And he did it at the outset of the Super Bowl era. He did it when the NFL was still in its formative years. He did it in the decade after the greatest game ever played that supposedly, that everybody points out here on the 100-day removal of the 100th anniversary of professional football season the NFL's campaigning on this year, that he did it within the first few years of the country focusing in more on professional football than ever before. When Johnny U was the concept of what a quarterback should be and look like, here comes a guy named Bart Starr out of Alabama, playing for Lombardi's Packers. And Bart Starr is, with all due respect to the GOAT in New England, and for all the millennials out there who may not know, the greatest playoff quarterback of all time. Bart Starr, 9-1 in his playoff career, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, a passer rating of 104.8. That's the best passer rating in playoff history for a career. And he's the only one to win 5 championships within a single decade and has one of the greatest resume lines in the history of resumes. MVP of Super Bowl I and Super Bowl II.
It's pretty good.
You could make the case the only better resume line is like Neil Armstrong's.
Jerry West being the logo?
I don't know. Hey, Neil Armstrong, I walked on the moon. Anybody? I was the MVP of the first Super Bowl. Anyone? I was the MVP of the first 2 Super Bowls. Anyone? I was not only the first MVP of the Super Bowl, I was the first back-to-back MVP of the Super Bowl. Anybody? You want to raise your hand? Bueller? And more importantly, just an absolutely stellar human being. Anybody who ever came across Bart Starr, I was fortunate to meet him once.
What was that?
Just
scenario?
briefly out there.
In Lambeau?
In Lambeau Field, yeah. Years and years and years ago. But anybody will tell you that he's just a great, stellar human being. And we're going to have Brett Favre call and talk about him.
All right.
Coming up in just a few minutes' time. Our good buddy Brett, who, when he had his retirement night in Lambeau, which a lot of people thought would never happen, Thanksgiving night 2015, Bart Starr was able to make it there. And it was Starr, and it was Favre, and it was Aaron Rodgers. And again, Bart Starr, the name just sounds like a quarterback. His play reeked of excellence. Played in games known as Super Bowls 1 and 2 and the Ice Bowl as well.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that we know, that we see what a quarterback looks like in a dictionary or sounds like or is, revered on and off the field. There was Johnny U was the first one. I mean, we could talk Otto Graham also, but just in terms of what the zeitgeist, the pop culture world views as a quarterback and what he sounds like, Johnny Unitas sounds like one. Bart Starr sounds like another. And then it was years and years and years for Packers fans to find who could be the next Bart Starr, and it was Brett Favre.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.